Alright folks, let's be honest, how many times have you scrolled through your phone and been absolutely bombarded with ads for things you didn't even know existed but suddenly, desperately need? We're talking about that pair of Bluetooth-enabled socks, or that self-stirring coffee mug that looks suspiciously like it was designed by a team of toddlers. And it's not just our phones, is it? It's the grocery store aisles overflowing with 47 different types of the same cereal, each claiming to be healthier than the last. It's the constant pressure to upgrade your phone, even though the old one works perfectly fine. From the latest tech gadgets to overpriced health fads, companies have mastered the art of making us buy things we don't actually need. In today's video, we're exposing real-life gimmicks, the companies behind them, and how they're deceiving consumers for profit. Let's talk about health food, shall we? Because apparently we've reached a point where even lettuce can be marketed as a revolutionary new product. Companies like Nestlé and Kellogg's, those benevolent giants of nutrition, have slapped labels like organic, natural, and sugar-free on their products with the enthusiasm of a 5-year-old with a sticker book. But here's the kicker. A lot of these claims are about as genuine as a $3 bill. Take natural, for example. Did you know that the FDA doesn't even have a clear definition for what constitutes a natural food? So basically, anyone can slap that label on their product and get away with it, even if it contains ingredients that sound like they were invented by a mad scientist on a sugar rush. And don't even get me started on sugar-free. Because guess what they replace the sugar with? Artificial sweeteners, which are, in many cases, worse for you than the sugar they're replacing. It's like swapping out your pet tiger for a velociraptor because, hey, at least it's smaller, right? Look, I'm not saying all health food is a scam. There are plenty of companies out there genuinely trying to make healthier products. But the point is, you need to be a savvy consumer. Don't just blindly trust the packaging, especially when it's plastered with buzzwords designed to appeal to your inner health nut. Read the ingredients list, do your research, and if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Remember folks, common sense is your best defense against falling for these marketing ploys. Don't let these companies take you for a ride on the organic, gluten-free, sugar-free gravy train. Okay, let's talk about tech, specifically the never-ending cycle of tech upgrades. Every year, without fail, companies like Apple and Samsung release new phones, tablets, and laptops that are somehow thinner, shinier, and contain more gigabytes than the previous model. And every year, millions of us fall for it, shelling out hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for the latest and greatest gadget, even if the one we have is still perfectly functional. It's like being stuck in a never-ending game of keeping up with the Joneses, except the Joneses are tech giants with billions of dollars in marketing budget, and you're just a person trying to navigate the digital world without selling a kidney. But here's the thing. Most of these upgrades are incremental at best. Sure, the new phone might have a slightly better camera or a slightly faster processor, but are those differences really worth the exorbitant price tag? Probably not, unless you're a professional photographer or you're using your phone to run complex simulations of the universe. And don't even get me started on planned obsolescence, the insidious practice of deliberately designing products to become obsolete or unusable within a short period of time. It's like they're building in an expiration date, forcing you to upgrade whether you want to or not. So, what can you do? First, resist the urge to upgrade just because there's a shiny new model available. Ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I just being seduced by marketing hype? Second, take care of your devices. A little maintenance can go a long way in extending their lifespan. And finally, don't be afraid to hold onto your devices for longer than a year or two. Remember, the tech giants want you to upgrade constantly. It's in their best interest, not yours. Chapter 3. The Beauty Industry. Illusion: is youth really in a jar? Now, let's talk about the beauty industry, a multi-billion-dollar industry built on the promise of eternal youth and unattainable beauty standards. We're bombarded with images of airbrushed models and celebrities, their skin so flawless it seems to defy the laws of nature. And of course, we're told that the only way to achieve this level of perfection is to buy a never-ending array of creams, serums, and potions, all promising to erase wrinkles, banish blemishes, and turn back the hands of time. But here's the cold, hard truth. Aging is a natural part of life, and no amount of expensive creams can stop it. Sure, some products might temporarily plump up the skin or reduce the appearance of fine lines, but they won't magically transform you into a 20-year-old overnight. And yet we continue to shell out exorbitant amounts of money on these products, driven by a combination of insecurity and relentless marketing. The beauty industry thrives on making us feel inadequate, on convincing us that we need to constantly fix and improve ourselves in order to be considered beautiful. So, what can we do? First, we need to be critical of the images we see in the media. Remember, those images are often heavily edited and airbrushed, and they don't reflect reality. Second, we need to challenge the unrealistic beauty standards that are constantly being shoved down our throats. Beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, and ages, and it's time we started celebrating that. And finally, we need to be more mindful about the products we buy. Do your research, read reviews, and don't be afraid to call out companies that make unrealistic claims. Remember, true beauty comes from within, not from a jar. Chapter 4. The Subscription Gimmick. Are you subscribing to your own demise? Let's talk about subscriptions, shall we? Because apparently in the 21st century, we can't even buy a toothbrush without signing up for a monthly subscription service. From streaming services to meal kits to razors, it seems like everything these days comes with a recurring fee attached to it. And don't even get me started on those free trials that magically transform into paid subscriptions the second you forget to cancel them. It's like a financial Venus flytrap, luring you in with the promise of free stuff, only to slam shut and drain your bank account. Look, I get it. Subscription services can be convenient, but they can also be incredibly insidious, especially when they're designed to exploit our inertia. Think about it. How many times have you continued paying for a subscription service long after you stopped using it, simply because you forgot to cancel it? The subscription model preys on our busy lives and our tendency to put things off. It's like they're counting on us to forget that we're even paying for these services in the first place. So, what can you do? First, be mindful of the subscriptions you sign up for. Do you really need another streaming service? Or a monthly delivery of artisanal pickles? Second, set reminders to cancel free trials before they turn into paid subscriptions. And finally, regularly review your bank statements and cancel any subscriptions you're no longer using. Remember, those small monthly fees can add up quickly, and your money is better spent elsewhere. Chapter 5. The Luxury Label. Scam. Are you buying into an illusion? And finally, let's talk about luxury brands, those purveyors of all things expensive and exclusive. We're talking about brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Prada, brands that have somehow convinced us that their products are worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. But here's the thing, a lot of what you're paying for when you buy a luxury item is the brand name, not the actual product itself. The materials and craftsmanship might be of a higher quality, but they're often not worth the exorbitant markup. Take for example a plain white t-shirt. A regular t-shirt might cost you $20, while a luxury brand t-shirt could easily set you back $200, even though they're both made of cotton and serve the same basic function. So, what's the difference? The logo. That tiny little symbol is enough to justify a 1,000% price increase. Luxury brands thrive on creating an aura of exclusivity and aspiration. They want you to believe that their products are only for the elite, for those who can afford to drop thousands of dollars on a handbag or a pair of shoes. But the truth is, luxury is often nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion, a way to separate the wealthy from their money. So, what can you do? First, don't buy into the hype. Remember, a logo doesn't make you a better or more stylish person. Second, if you're going to spend money on luxury goods, do your research and make sure you're getting your money's worth. And finally, don't be afraid to invest in quality pieces from lesser-known brands. You'll often get better value for your money, and you won't be lining the pockets of companies that are built on exploiting our insecurities. Gap 3S. Chapter 7. The Supermarket Maze. Navigating the Trap. Have you ever walked into a supermarket intending to buy just a few items, only to leave with a cart full of things you didn't plan on purchasing? That's no accident. Supermarkets are designed to guide you through a carefully curated journey that maximizes the likelihood of impulse buys. First, let's talk about the layout. Essentials like milk, bread, and eggs are often placed at the back of the store. This forces you to walk through aisles filled with other products, increasing the chances that you'll pick up additional items along the way. Next, there's the strategic placement of high-margin items. You'll find these products at eye level, drawing your attention as you walk by. Meanwhile, more affordable or generic brands are often placed on lower or higher shelves, making them less convenient to grab. And let's not forget the checkout lanes. Those small, seemingly insignificant items like candy bars, magazines, and snacks are placed there to tempt you while you wait. It's a last-ditch effort to squeeze a few more dollars out of your pocket. So how can you navigate this maze without falling into the trap? First, make a shopping list and stick to it. This will help you stay focused and avoid unnecessary purchases. Second, be mindful of product placement and look beyond what's at eye level. And finally, shop with a purpose. The more aware you are of these tactics, the better equipped you'll be to make smarter shopping decisions. Don't let the supermarket maze lead you astray. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and take control of your shopping experience. Gap 3S. Chapter 8. The Psychology of Limited Time Offers and Flash Sales. Have you ever felt the rush of adrenaline when you see a limited time offer or a flash sale? You're not alone. These marketing tactics are designed to create a sense of urgency, triggering psychological responses that make us more likely to buy. First, let's talk about scarcity. When we perceive something as scarce, we automatically assign it more value. Limited time offers play on this principle by making us believe that the opportunity to buy is fleeting. This triggers our fear of missing out, commonly known as FOMO, pushing us to make impulsive decisions. Next, there's the concept of social proof. Flash sales often display how many people are viewing or have already bought the item. This taps into our innate desire to conform and be part of a group, making us more likely to follow the crowd and make a purchase. Then there's the countdown timer. Seeing the seconds tick away can create a sense of panic, making us feel like we need to act quickly or lose out. This urgency can cloud our judgment, leading us to buy things we don't really need or even want. So how can you protect yourself from falling into these traps? First, take a moment to breathe and step back. Ask yourself if you really need the item or if you're just caught up in the excitement. Second, do your research. Sometimes these limited time offers are not as limited as they seem, and you might find the same deal later. Finally, set a budget and stick to it. Knowing your financial limits can help you resist the urge to splurge. By understanding the psychology behind these tactics, you can make more informed decisions and avoid unnecessary purchases. Don't let the clock dictate your spending habits. Stay calm, stay aware, and take control of your shopping experience. Gap 3S. Chapter 9. The Celebrity Endorsement Effect. Have you ever bought something just because your favorite celebrity endorsed it? You're not alone. Celebrity endorsements are a powerful marketing tool that companies use to influence our buying decisions, but why are they so effective? First, there's the concept of aspirational appeal. Celebrities often represent success, beauty, and a lifestyle that many of us aspire to. When a celebrity endorses a product, it creates a subconscious association between the product and the qualities we admire in that celebrity. Essentially, we believe that by using the same product, we can get a little closer to the life they live. Next, there's the element of trust. Celebrities have built a rapport with their audience over time. When they endorse a product, it can feel like a recommendation from a friend. This trust can significantly reduce our skepticism about the product's quality or effectiveness, making us more likely to buy it. Then, there's the bandwagon effect. Seeing a celebrity use a product can make it seem more popular and socially acceptable. This taps into our innate desire to belong and be part of the in crowd, further driving our inclination to make a purchase. So how can you protect yourself from the influence of celebrity endorsements? First, always remember that celebrities are paid to endorse products. Their primary motivation is financial, not necessarily a genuine belief in the product. Second, do your own research. Look for unbiased reviews and testimonials from regular users. Finally, ask yourself if the product truly meets your needs or if you're just swayed by the glamour of the endorsement. By understanding the tactics behind celebrity endorsements, you can make more informed decisions and avoid falling for the hype. Remember, just because a celebrity uses it doesn't mean you need it. Gap 3. S. Now, let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3S. Chapter 10. The Algorithmic Influence. Have you ever wondered why your social media feed seems to know exactly what you want to buy? It's not magic, it's the power of algorithms. Social media platforms use complex algorithms to track your behavior, preferences, and interactions. This data is then used to curate your feed, showing you content that is most likely to engage you, and that often means targeted advertisements. These algorithms are designed to keep you scrolling, clicking, and ultimately buying. They create a personalized experience that feels almost like a friend recommending products tailored just for you. But this convenience comes at a cost. The more data these platforms collect, the more they can manipulate your buying decisions without you even realizing it. The endless stream of ads and sponsored posts can create a sense of urgency and FOMO, fear of missing out. You might feel compelled to make impulsive purchases just to keep up with the latest trends or because an item appears to be on limited time offer. This is no accident. It's a carefully orchestrated strategy to turn your attention into profit. So, how can you navigate this algorithmic maze? First, be mindful of the time you spend on social media and the content you engage with. The more you interact with certain types of posts, the more you'll see them. Second, take control of your data privacy settings. Many platforms allow you to limit the data they collect and the types of ads you see. Finally, practice conscious consumption. Before making a purchase, ask yourself if you genuinely need the product, or if you're being influenced by a carefully crafted algorithm. By staying aware of how these algorithms work, you can regain control over your buying decisions and resist the subtle pressures of algorithm-driven consumerism. Remember, you have the power to decide what you truly need. Gap 3S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3S. Chapter 11. The subliminal art of product placement. Imagine you're watching your favorite TV show, and suddenly, the main character pauses to take a sip from a branded soda can, or drives a car with a conspicuously visible logo. This is no coincidence, it's a strategic move known as product placement. Unlike traditional advertisements, product placement seamlessly integrates products into the storyline, making them feel like a natural part of the scene. This subtle form of advertising is incredibly effective because it bypasses our usual ad defenses. When we see a beloved character using a product, it creates a sense of trust and desirability. We might not even realize we're being marketed to, but the impact is profound. Product placement isn't just limited to TV shows and movies, it's also prevalent in music videos, video games, and even reality TV. Brands are willing to pay top dollar to ensure their products are seen by millions of viewers in a context that feels organic and authentic. This form of advertising can shape our preferences and buying habits without us even being aware of it. The next time you find yourself reaching for that specific brand of soda or considering a particular car model, think about where you might have seen it before. Chances are, it was subtly introduced to you through product placement. So, how can you protect yourself from this subliminal influence? First, be aware of it. Recognize that product placement is a deliberate marketing strategy designed to influence your purchasing decisions. Second, critically evaluate the products you see on screen. Just because a character in a movie uses a certain brand doesn't mean it's the best choice for you. Finally, make conscious decisions based on your own needs and research, rather than relying on the implicit endorsements of fictional characters. By staying informed and vigilant, you can navigate the world of product placement and make purchasing choices that truly serve your needs. Don't let the subtle art of product placement turn you into an unwitting consumer. Gap 3S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3S. Chapter 12. The loyalty program hook. Have you ever found yourself choosing one store over another just because you have a loyalty card? Or maybe you've gone out of your way to earn those extra points for a future discount? If so, you're not alone. Loyalty programs are a powerful tool that companies use to keep customers coming back. But how do they work, and why are they so effective? Loyalty programs operate on the principle of rewarding repeat customers with points, discounts, or exclusive perks. The idea is to create a sense of value and appreciation, making you feel special and incentivized to continue shopping with them. Over time, the accumulation of points or rewards can create a psychological investment known as the sunk cost fallacy. This means that the more you invest in a loyalty program, the harder it becomes to switch to a competitor, even if the competitor offers better value or quality. But there's more to it than just points and discounts. Loyalty programs often collect valuable data on your shopping habits and preferences. This data allows companies to tailor their marketing efforts specifically to you, making their promotions even more enticing. Personalized offers and recommendations can create a sense of connection and loyalty, further binding you to the brand. While loyalty programs can offer genuine benefits, it's essential to be aware of their psychological impact. Are you making purchases you wouldn't otherwise make just to earn points? Are you sticking with a brand out of habit rather than genuine preference? By recognizing these influences, you can take control of your spending habits and make choices that truly benefit you. So the next time you're tempted to swipe that loyalty card, take a moment to consider if it's really in your best interest. Use loyalty programs to your advantage, but don't let them dictate your shopping decisions. Stay informed, stay savvy, and remember, the best loyalty is to yourself. Gap 3. S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3. S. Chapter 13. The Power of Packaging Design. Have you ever been drawn to a product simply because of its beautiful packaging? You're not alone. Packaging design is a powerful tool that companies use to catch your eye and influence your buying decisions, but how does it work and why is it so effective? Packaging is often the first point of interaction between you and the product. It's designed to grab your attention, convey the brand's message, and evoke certain emotions. Bright colors, unique shapes, and high-quality materials can make a product stand out on the shelf and create a perception of value. But it's not just about aesthetics. Packaging also communicates information about the product. Clever use of fonts, images, and text can highlight key features, benefits, and even create a sense of urgency. For example, phrases like limited edition or new and improved can make you feel like you need to buy the product now. Moreover, packaging can play on your subconscious desires and values. Eco-friendly packaging might appeal to your environmental concerns, while sleek and minimalistic designs might resonate with your sense of style. Companies invest heavily in market research to understand what appeals to their target audience and design their packaging accordingly. However, it's important to remember that attractive packaging doesn't always mean a superior product. Sometimes the packaging can be more about creating an illusion of quality rather than delivering actual value. So, the next time you're tempted to buy something because it looks good, take a moment to read the label, research the product, and make sure it meets your needs. By being aware of the role of packaging design, you can make more informed decisions and avoid falling for superficial gimmicks. Stay curious, stay critical, and remember, it's what's inside that counts. Gap 3S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3S. Chapter 14. The Review and Rating Ruse. In today's digital age, online reviews and ratings have become a crucial part of our buying decisions. But how reliable are they, really? Online reviews can give us insights into a product's quality, functionality, and overall user satisfaction. However, they can also be manipulated to influence our perceptions and decisions. Companies know that positive reviews can boost sales, so some resort to tactics like fake reviews, incentivized reviews, and even review bombing of competitors. Positive reviews might be written by paid individuals or bots, while negative ones can be strategically placed to undermine competitors. Moreover, the star rating system can be misleading. A product with a 4.5-star rating might seem superior, but it's essential to delve deeper into the actual feedback. Look for detailed reviews that discuss the pros and cons, and be cautious of overly enthusiastic or extremely negative reviews that lack specifics. Additionally, consider the source of the reviews. Verified purchase reviews are generally more trustworthy than anonymous ones. Independent review sites and consumer forums can also provide a more balanced perspective. Remember, while online reviews can be helpful, they should be just one factor in your decision-making process. Combine them with your own research, comparisons, and critical thinking. By doing so, you can make more informed choices and avoid being swayed by the potential pitfalls of online ratings and reviews. Stay savvy, stay cautious, and don't let the digital noise dictate your decisions. Gap 3S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3S, Scene 15, the Scarcity Tactic Trap. Have you ever come across a product labeled with phrases like limited stock, only a few left, or sale ends soon? These are classic examples of scarcity tactics, a powerful psychological strategy used by marketers to create a sense of urgency and prompt immediate action. The idea is simple. When something appears to be in short supply, its perceived value increases, and we feel a stronger impulse to obtain it before it's gone. But are these scarcity claims always genuine? Often they're not. Companies can manipulate stock levels, create artificial time constraints, or even use countdown timers to make us believe we must act quickly. This tactic preys on our fear of missing out, or FOMO, pushing us to make hasty purchasing decisions without fully considering our needs or the product's value. To navigate this trap, it's crucial to pause and evaluate the situation. Ask yourself if the product is something you genuinely need or if you're being swayed by the urgency created by the scarcity message. Look for reviews and comparisons, and consider if similar products are available elsewhere without the pressure of limited availability. Remember, scarcity tactics are designed to cloud your judgment and trigger impulsive buying. By recognizing these strategies, you can take a step back, think critically, and make more rational purchasing decisions. Don't let the fear of missing out dictate your spending habits. Stay informed, stay calm, and don't fall for the scarcity trap. Gap 3, S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. Gap 3S, Scene 16. The charm of charm pricing. Have you ever wondered why so many prices end in 0.99 or 0.95? This is known as charm pricing, a psychological pricing strategy that makes products appear cheaper than they really are. The logic is straightforward yet incredibly effective. When we see a price like $9.99, our brains tend to register it as $9 rather than $10, even though the difference is just a penny. This subtle manipulation makes us perceive the product as a better deal, nudging us towards making the purchase. But charm pricing is just one piece of the puzzle. There's also the concept of price anchoring, where a higher initial price is shown alongside a discounted price to make the latter seem like an irresistible bargain. For example, if a product is marked down from $100 to $70, we're more likely to perceive it as a great deal, even if the product's true value is closer to $70. Then there's the tactic of bundling, where multiple products are sold together at a single, seemingly lower price. This can make us feel like we're getting more value for our money, even if we don't actually need all the items in the bundle. Understanding these pricing strategies can help us become more mindful consumers. The next time you're tempted by a price that seems too good to be true, take a moment to consider if you're being swayed by charm pricing or other manipulative tactics. By recognizing these strategies, you can make more rational purchasing decisions and avoid falling into the pricing trap. Gap 3S. Now let's move on to our final chapter. Don't be a marketing puppet. So, the next time you're tempted to buy something, whether it's a miracle health drink, the latest tech gadget, or a designer handbag, take a step back and ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I being sold a dream? Companies are masters of manipulation. They've practically made it an art form. They know how to push our buttons, how to exploit our insecurities, and how to make us believe that we need things we don't actually need. But with awareness comes power. By understanding the tactics that companies use to manipulate us, we can make more informed decisions about how we spend our money. We can choose to support companies that align with our values, and we can reject those that prioritize profit over people. Did we miss any big gimmicks? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos that help you spend smarter and live better.